How does this, all that's happening here, translate to us, the person in the street? How does this make a difference in our everyday to-day lives? And I think there was a lot of very good contributions that came through. A very strong one was the issues of policy. Can we have policy alignment? The second issue was definitely looking at regulations and making sure that the regulations is one that fits and that we can actually understand those regulations, that they're fair. But for me, the most important contribution was the payment issue, the payment system. So if you are from Nigeria and you're paying in Naira, and I'm in Angola and I have Kwanzaa, and somebody in South Africa has Rands, how do we make it work? Currently, we don't have a common payment platform, and this is a big challenge. So we need to think about that, and I think if we fix that, we'll be improving a lot of the trade.
Talking about fixing that, I mean, how quick do you think that can really, actually happen? Lots of problems have got their own, issues with their currency, MPR rates, and whatnot. How do you ever think there will be an alignment or convergence at any point in time?
Well, I don't think we necessarily need a single currency. I don't think that's necessary, but definitely an integration between our central banks. Our central banks need to start talking to each other. Currently, they're not. They need to find a way, to find a platform where they integrate a payment system, where you can actually convert currencies from one country to another without going through a third barter currency like the euro or like the yen or like the dollar.
Now, of course, we have the AU has actually introduced what you have, the AU passport. But yeah, to begin with, and I was just talking to, Leke earlier on today, and I say, is that really the biggest challenge when it comes to challenges confronting intra-Africa trade today? What do you make of that, what I call it the single passport system? Do you think that in any way will make any impact, or should we be talking about tackling much more?
For me, on a personal level, visas are always an issue. I'm Angolan. I'm required to have a visa to go anywhere in the world. And it is a hurdle. It is a hurdle because you need to take a fast business decision. You need to be there that day or the next day. You're not going to think about it 3 weeks in advance. So we can think about having a simple system, which is visa on arrival for business people who are coming for 3-4 days, short stay, 7 days. And if we start recognizing that there actually are African businessmen, African businesswomen that have the need for that service, I think that would be a great change.
Now, do you think the governments across African countries are on board in terms of the role the private sector should be playing in order to promote intra-African trade? We talk about policies here, very key. There are those who say Africa's solutions or Africa's problem actually lies in the lack of a biro or just a simple signature to turn things around. Do you think they're on board in terms of discussions we're having here today?
Great steps have been taken. If we look back 2 decades, you didn't know what were the faces or the names of the leading African business people. Today, there are common household names. We know the people in Nigeria, people coming from Angola or Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, and young entrepreneurs, they're beginning to know these names. So we're beginning to have our own business role models. And I think those will create the influence. They will influence and they'll be able to put forward their very strong case, strong arguments of why policy needs to improve and why governments need to recognize the role of private business sector in Africa and in building our economies.
Just in a nutshell, what do you hope will be the expectations at the end of discussions, of the summit tomorrow?
Look, everybody came here with one idea. Can we do more business? Can we make more money? So I hope that most people that came actually go back home and feel that they have found some hope of things to do in the future, and that they've met people with whom that they can do business and build profit and good relationships with.